Different location, Tommy. Thank you for your time as always. Last week's goalless draw keeps us in the mix. What was your views of the game?
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough game, like they all are, particularly away from home. The pitch was difficult, a bit like our own in times, but I thought both teams tried to win the game, and both could claim, that they did enough, or possibly enough, us in the first half and them in the second half to have taken all 3 points, but neither managed to trouble the scorers, although we did have the ball in the net once. So, yeah, I mean, on reflection, was our best performance? No. Were we at full strength? No. But, that's part and parcel of the 46-game season at this level. So I was delighted with the effort the lads put in. A lot of them that were playing on both from the bench and starting in the game hadn't done that much football recently, and were thrown in a little bit at the deep end. So on reflection, the point was a really good point, I thought.
And how is the fitness of the squad? I mean, we've seen Ponch starting to make a bit of a return, but Skip and Scotty were out last week.
Well, we've had almost a full complement train Thursday and Friday this week, so there will be a little bit more choice from our point of view in terms of the 16 that will be involved in the game on Saturday. But as I said to the lads just before this, where we are at this time of the season as a group, what they've achieved as a group, and they've all been here from the beginning near enough, apart from Christian, is, in my opinion, right about where we want to be. So, if we can improve on the 22 games we just played, then brilliant. But if we can replicate, then I think I'll be quite happy to get the 44 games and double what we've got at the moment. So, last game of the first half of the season, I'm just looking for us to finish the first half as we started it, really, and on a positive footing, be on the front foot. We know Peterborough are going to come with and be a tough nut to crack. Jimmy's done very well there. He's got a very well-oiled machine in the way they play, and they won't, they're a team of no excuses. They don't come off saying we wish we could have done that and could have done this, should have done that, and they'd be, wanting to right the wrong that they felt happened to them in late August.
And talking about the Peterborough sports game, expectations? Are we looking at another Josh Barrett wonder moment?
Yeah, I mean, like I was talking to Jimmy the other day about something, and he reminded me of that, and I'd sort of started ebbing towards the back of my mind. But yeah, it's a hell of a goal, and one he'll never forget, and certainly Jimmy won't, as he reminded me. But if we do win a game, I hope we don't leave it as late as that. But if we do win a game with something of that quality, then everybody's in for a treat. But I think it'll be a really good game. The last game at the Walks was a good, in terms of competitive localish derby. This is going to be similar. So from that point of view, I expect a lot of players to be right up for that, and the fans hopefully will come in their droves to support us.
And I believe we have a new addition to the squad as well coming in.
Yeah, we're delighted to welcome Aaron Cosgrave in from AFC Wimbledon on an initial 1 month loan. That doesn't mean he's only going to be here for a month. It's just the best vehicle to get him out of the club as quickly as we could. Obviously, everybody knows that goal took a bang to the cheekbone against Boston on New Year's Day. And whilst everything's going really well for him in his recovery, including a minor surgery there, we're going to be missing him for a couple of weeks. So we felt we just needed to add a body to supplement that. And Aaron, whilst not the same as Gold, will bring attributes that I haven't seen enough of since Jordan came out of this side because of his groin problem. So, look, at the end of the day, it's numbers, it's different to what we have, and I'm sure Aaron is chomping at the bit to get going, and hopefully he should be involved in some way, shape or form at the weekend.
And just to confirm, talking of Aaron Jones' red card has now been rescinded and cleared.
Yeah, I think on reflection on that, the powers that be, in fairness to them, if that's the referee or the board who looked at it, they've said it wasn't a red card, and it wasn't. The disappointing thing for me on that day is when we approach officials to ask the question at the time, not at the time, at the right time, half an hour after the game, the door was shut in my face. So that was a little disappointing on the day. Having said that, the right outcome has come, and thankfully we didn't lose the game, or we didn't lose any points that we'd already secured with 11 men on the pitch. So yeah, Aaron's obviously really, really pleased, and we carry on as normal.